Hello, and welcome to episode 12 of the Tran Designs Knitting Corner podcast. I'm your host, Melissa, also known as Anansi on Ravelry and on Plurk. I'm Tran Designs. I've started this thing, this is the third time now. I don't know, apparently can't speak and think at the same time. I don't know. Anyway, so hopefully this one takes. It probably will because you're seeing this going, yeah, it took. Anyway, today is Tuesday, February 26th, 2013, and I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to any new viewers. Thank you for taking time to sit and hang out with me. Any returning viewers, thank you so much for coming back every week, and I really am happy that you keep coming. I don't remember because I've said it 3 times now. There's a group on Ravelry, Tran Designs. Please come join us if you haven't already. Yeah, so let's get into things. Happenings this week. I don't know, more VKNs, of course. Reminder that I usually host on Tuesday and Wednesday nights at about 7:45 Mountain Time. Tonight, Tuesday night, if you do happen to see this today, I have something going on from 6:30 until roughly 8:30. But Haley and Josh both know that. Well, Haley knows that, and she'll probably tell Josh, or I'll tell him. So there will probably be a VKN going. If it is started before I leave, I will replurk it. Otherwise, wait for me to get home, and I'll post a link to it on Plurk. Tomorrow night, Wednesday night, there will be one. I don't know, there's one going all the time. Let's see, what else happened this week? Saturday was fun. I got to go with my sisters to, well, it's officially the, I don't even know the official name, Gem and Mineral Show. I don't know, we always call it the Rock Show or the Rock and Mineral Show. We never call it the right thing. We all know what my sisters and I know what we're talking about. Anyways, we go together every year. We usually go to the one in Caldwell, which is the town where I grew up, but that one is the first weekend of March, and I'm going to be gone this weekend to the retreat that my yarn store is putting on. So luckily there's one in Boise the week before, so we went over there on Saturday morning and walked around and looked at all the pretty things, and I didn't get really a whole lot. A couple of rings that are just like a plain band. I got a hematite one and some sort of red stone. I don't know, they cost $1, and they usually end up breaking in a couple of months, and then I just get another one next year. It's just kind of one of the things that I get every time we go, and I don't have it here. I apologize. Another thing I got when I was there, it's funny because I said to them, I really wish I had a book that told all the different places we can go, you know, rock hunting and things like that in Idaho, because I think I might have mentioned before that what our plans are for travel this year. If not, or for family travel. If not, I'll tell you really quick. We are kind of discovering Idaho. Instead of going on one really big trip that drains us financially and, you know, that's it, we're going to go on small weekend trips throughout the year, all in all different locations in Idaho. I've lived here my whole life, and there's so many things I've never seen. So anyway, just after I said that to them, we went to a booth that had this book. It says Rock Hounding Idaho, and then underneath it says A Guide to 99 of the state's best rock hounding sites. And Jake and I just kind of looked through it the other night. It's a really neat book. It's separated by territory, you know, which area of the state. And like this one, for example, is 4th of July Creek, which is in Washington County, which is north of where I am. And it has the GPS location, the best season to go, who the land manager is, the material that you can find, which in this one is massive quartz, silica, plus petrified wood, what tools you'll need, what kind of vehicle is best, what accommodations are available, any special attractions, and how to find the site. And then it goes into the actual rock hounding. There are pictures. It's all black and white, which is fine. There are pictures of each of the areas. Anyway, it's really neat, I think. I don't know. I'm kind of a nerd that way. If I ever go back to college, to finish my degree. I'm actually going to change it, which is part of the reason that I don't know if I'll ever go back. But luckily I have pretty much all my prerequisites done, so if I did, it would be just major work. But I've decided if I do ever go back, I would like to go into geology. So this is right up my alley. So anyway, this was a fun find. So I hope we get some use out of it this year. I also, that day, so we went to the rock show, and then we went to tea with my grandma. It was actually a cream tea, which means it was just dessert and tea, and oh, we had vanilla rooibos, and it was so good, but I love rooibos. So while we were there, the tea shop has a little gift shop area, super cute stuff, and they have truffles, big truffles. I mean, like, huge. I bought one for me and one for Jake, and we cut it in fourths because it's so big and rich, and so I'm still working my way. I got a salted caramel dipped in milk chocolate, and I got him, it's white chocolate with key lime flavoring in the middle. I tasted it. I'm kind of hit and miss with lemon and lime flavored stuff. Oh, not for me. He loves it. Anyway, but in this little gift shop, oh, sorry. I have this hair that keeps going in my eye. Was this? I don't know that you can read it, but if you look, if you look right here in the spout, does that look familiar? Yeah, it's totally a measuring tape. Teapot measuring tape. How cute is that? So I left it in the box just because the whole little setup is so stinking adorable. It has a keychain on it. It's plastic. It kind of has the look of like a ceramic, but it's not. It's plastic. But anyway, I love it, and now I'm gonna put it with my knitting stuff now that you've seen it. But anyway, it wasn't super expensive. I mean, it was $4.50, which is more than I'll usually spend on a tape measure. I have ones that were like 99 cents, but it's just too cute. So anyway, if you want one, let me know. I can probably go pick one up for you and, you know, send it to you. I mean, you'd have to pay for it, but I can still get it for you. Just saying. Anyway, once again, I did not write up show notes because I kind of liked last week just picking stuff up and going through it, and so I'm going to do that again. See if it works again. Let's see what else happened this week. Oh, yesterday I started learning the a cappella solo that I will be doing for my next clogging competition. My calves are tight today because I worked on it for quite a while. The way an a cappella solo works is you have 20 seconds. It's a timed event. You have 20 seconds. The judges actually turn around and face away, face the back of the room or whatever, and they base solely on what they hear. So an a cappella, if you know what a cappella singing groups are, they have no music background. So you make all of the sounds, music, whatever, with your feet and hands. You can like clap or, you know, things like that, or snap, you know. But it is my most favorite. I love a cappella. If you look through the videos that I have posted on here, any that are a cappella solo or a cappella duet are of me. I have shorter hair, so I look kind of like a boy in a couple of them. The white and gray striped shirt. Anyway, me. Well, not totally like a boy, but I'm wearing a boy's shirt. So then with the short hair and a hat, it makes it look more so. Anyway, so if you don't recognize me, that's why. A cappella duets are a lot of fun. I unfortunately don't have my clogging partner anymore, but I at least get to do the solo, and I'm super excited about it. And the rhythm, the gal that choreographed it for me put some really fun rhythms into it. So that's what I was working on yesterday. I have until the 16th of March to perfect it, which I will do. Well, not perfect it, just get it good enough for competition, and then I have until May really to perfect it and tweak it if I want to and whatnot. As far as clogging goes, which it will be a section in the show probably through competition in May, so but it won't take up the whole show because I know that you're here to watch about knitting. But I've had good feedback on updating people on what I'm doing with the clogging, so I'm going to talk about it, but like I said, it's not going to be a huge segment. We have the one team dance that a lot of you have seen because you've watched the video that I posted. I have the mini solo that is also posted here, and then there will be another team dance that we've already learned. We're just working on the formations and the acapella solo. So anyways, more videos to come. The retreat. The competition is the 15th and 16th of March in Pocatello, Idaho. If you live close to there, let me know. I will have some free time. Yeah, I have the retreat coming up this weekend, like I said before, that the yarn store is putting on up in Cascade, Idaho. I'm really looking forward to it. I have a full car, which will be a lot of fun, especially cramming everybody's stuff in there. Let's see. Yeah, I plan to record while I'm up there. I'm really hoping that our tax return money comes in. I need to check my bank account because it might have already come in and I just don't know. So I'm going to check my bank account because I really want to get my new laptop set up because my Chromebook is great and I love it, but the camera isn't all that great, and anyways, if I could take a laptop, it would just be better. So anyway, I do plan on recording though, even if I just grab my phone and do kind of a little impromptu one like that. You'll get to see what's going on up there, and it'll be a lot of fun. All right, I think that's all I have that's going on in my life. Yep. So on to the knitting. I don't actually have that much on the needles right now, actively, which is kind of cool. I don't like really monogamous knitting. I just remembered I was going to do something before I recorded. Yeah. I don't love monogamous knitting, but I do kind of like it after the startitis kind of piddles away and I'm able to finish a couple of things and get down to just one or two things on the needles. Because it gets kind of overwhelming to juggle, you know, 5 different projects all at once, which I'll have that many on the needles again pretty soon. Actively, I've been working on my hitchhiker shawl. This is the hitchhiker shawl from Martina Bem that I was gifted a couple weeks ago. Oh, where did it go? It was in this BSU bag, and then I put it in this one because they were next to each other. Anyway, whatever. So, as a reminder, the yarn that I'm using is the Lace Wing Sock, and the website is flydesigns.com. Sorry, that's not going to focus, but anyway, trust me, it says flydesigns.com. This is 100% merino, 2-ply fingering weight in the crayons colorway, but it's spelled K-R-A-Y-O-N-Z. Crayons. And there's a lot of yardage, 546 yards. So here's what it looks like in the skein, in case you have forgotten. And it's so funny, because the reds always show up so much brighter than they really are. This yellow is showing up. Oh, that looks really bad. The bottom kind of went. The yellow is showing up as just kind of a regular yellow. It's so not. It's neon fluorescent yellow bordering on. I was going to say borderline, and anyway, bordering on green. Good grief. Maybe I should start over again. Last week I had, dropped stitches. Last week I had 17 or 18, I didn't count them, points or teeth. Last night I got to 28. I decided to race Kim, who is Knit and Brit. She came into the VKN last night. I got to meet her, and that was so much fun. Hello. And I convinced her to come to the Zombie Knit Apocalypse. So now I have 3 recruits. Anyway, she's making it too. I said, hey, it's like we're having a 2-person knit along, but she has 30. And I was like, oh, I have to work faster. I can't let you beat me. I'm totally kidding, but anyway, kind of. So this is what I have so far. Like I said, I hit 28 last night. And I really wish that it was showing up as bright as it is in person because it's insane. Either way, I love how the colors are all playing together and how it, especially right here in this section. That's my favorite section of the whole one. I'm hoping that, well, I'm seeing that like down here it's starting to kind of pool again, so I'm hoping that it does this again. So anyway, so much fun to watch the colors come together. So that I'm not on any sort of, you know, time frame or, you know, anything like that. I've been reading, surprisingly enough, because I always tell people I love books and I love to read, but I knit instead. But I did buy a book called Sweater Quest. I'm sure you've heard of it, or most of you, a lot of you have heard of it. And it's knitting related. It's not a knitting book with patterns per se, but it's about one woman's journey through knitting an Alice Starmore sweater. And it's pretty fascinating. So if you want a good read, I got the ebook version so I can read it on my computer, so I can knit on my hitchhiker and just tap spacebar to change the page. So anyways, like I said, this is great for the BKNs and for while I'm reading and things like that, because it's just plain garter stitch. So yeah, I don't know when it'll be done, whenever I'm done. Alright, so last week I showed you the monster I'm making for Kai, and I'm not going to turn this right side over because the arms and legs are inside. I haven't obviously stuffed it or anything, but the mom is done. And last night I did start the first baby right here. I don't have a lot done, but they're really small. You only knit like 30 rows. And I have, I don't know, like 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 12. Done. So that will come together really quickly. In fact, I'll probably have it done today because I don't have a lot going on except for things tonight. So, anyway, this is out of Cascade 20 Superwash, Cascade 220 Superwash in Plum Crazy, and some green that I can't remember the name of. It's from Twisted U. And if you really like the colors and want to know specifically, PM me and I'll look up the information. I don't know where the ball bands are. They just have numbers on them anyway. So there's that in my 31 bag. The reason I'm going to show you this again is I'm actually going to cast this on tonight. That my plan is to get this back on the needles. I intend to work on it at the retreat. This is my Seedling Dreams hat by Amy Beth Myers? The Fat Squirrel Speaks. Because she is having a knit-along in her group for this project, and the prizes are bags that she has made. And they're on the higher end price-wise, and so I don't know that I would actually buy one, but I love them a lot. And I understand why they're more expensive because she uses really high quality upholstery fabric, and so I totally understand having to price them at what she does. It's just out of my personal price range for a bag. But I will take one for free and promote it all over the place. So, because I know that there are people that, you know, will buy her bags because they have been selling out. So, anyways, I do plan on making that during the weekend. The other thing that I was going to do before I came in. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm knocking over the box. It has my mouse on it. Let's get this all back situated. There we go. That's what I get for trying to cross my feet. I was going to wind the Fiber Nymph Dye Works Let Me Love You yarn that I showed you a couple weeks ago. It's the 3-color self-striping yarn with the red, pink, and white. I'm kind of jumping ahead now, but I don't know. Because I now have 2 free sock needles, hint, hint for the FO section coming up, I like to have plain vanilla socks on the needles, and that's going to be what I cast on and have on the needles for when I'm at the retreat and it's 2 a.m. and I'm like, oh, I'm so tired, but I'm awake and I want to hang out with my friends, and I can just knit on a sock. So that's what I will be making. Yeah, so look for those to be on the needles next week. The reason I have 2 available sock needles, moving right into finished objects, is because my cursed cable socks are done! And I can't find my sock blockers, so you're just going to have to deal with me holding them up. Here we go. Turn it this way. There's one. Oh, they go this way. Right, left. Okay. See if I can get it to sit out nicely. I need to get one of those mannequin feet, because those are stinking awesome. I think there's a store here in town that sells them. I just always forget to go in and look. Okay, let's see if I can... Okay, there's one flattened. This one behaving. Ah, come on. Alright, I'm sorry they twist. That's because of the cable. So, anyway, it doesn't look like that on your foot. It looks like this on your foot. So, this is the right one. The cable goes up here to your ankle and then curves around your leg. These don't curve around as far as the other ones that I made, just because I made these a little bit shorter. That's all. I just didn't do as many repeats. It could go, I mean, heck, you could get it to spiral all the way around your leg if you wanted to do knee highs or whatever. But this is my cursed cable sock pattern. The yarn that I used for the toe, heel, and cuff is Sweet Georgia Tough Sock in their Truffles and Sage colorway that I ended up not really liking once I started knitting with it, but it's kind of fun with the orange, I think. And it's not actually that orange that it looks on mine. It's more of a yellowy orange, which I don't usually really like, but this isn't too yellow. The solid color is Huckleberry Knits in the Cascara base, which is her MCN, and it's a special order, custom colorway. I'm sure she probably took notes on it, so if you really like it, it really is a little more yellow. But anyway, if you like it and want to order it, I'm sure if you just told her that it's the same color she made for me, she'd be more than willing to dye it for you. This is the 64 stitch size. The pattern will be available in 64, 72, and 80 stitch sizes. It is written up. It is being sent out to test knitters. 3 of my well, 2 official test knitters and 2 other people who, well, one who's going to do just ankle socks out of it, which is totally fine, and the other, I don't know, it's not confirmed. She's one of my friends, and I wanted to send it to her because she really likes the pattern. But it's not the final version, obviously, because it's just going out to testers. But I do have a list of people that who contacted me about test knitting, and as soon as I get their email addresses back from them, I will be sending the pattern to them to be tested. So look for this to be released sooner than later. I'm hoping in the next couple weeks. I have gone through, I sent it to one tester because she was hounding me, and then I found a couple of mistakes and have obviously fixed those and resent it to her. But yeah, I think I have 6 or 7 people already testing for me. So like I said, look for it to come out in the next couple weeks, hopefully. So yeah, but that's 2 sock needles that are free now, because I was doing them, you know, 2 at a time on separate needles. I don't have any other FOs. No spinning. I can guarantee there will be spinning in next week's, because I take my wheel with me to the retreat and I spin while I'm there. So there will be spinning content in next week's episode. Acquisitions, none except for my cute little teapot measuring tape, which I already showed you. Oh, designing. Let's just gloss right past that. Well, I didn't, I guess, because I talked about my cursed cable socks. You might recognize this bag. Yes, it really is this huge. This is a sweater bag from Lois of Knitting's My Bag. It's freaking awesome. It's freaking huge. It's like 17 by 16. And you can't even comprehend the size until you get it in the mail and open it up and go, this is the bag that my sweater is in. I did 2 rows, which didn't change the look at all, so I'm not going to drag it out. I lied. I am going to pull it out just to remind you, and for those of you that are new who haven't watched back episodes. Here's the back of my sweater that I'm designing with Briar Rose fibers in her 2006 colorway. She doesn't name her her colors. And it's bulky, and they come in 500-yard skeins, which is awesome. So this bag fits both of those, which don't even sit next to each other, so there's actually quite a bit of room right here where the other one had to kind of stack. So you could actually fit like a Notions bag. And the sweater in progress, and there are a couple of pockets, and I have fit books in here also, you know, along with it. Anyway, nice drawstring and a handle. I know, bag review and an update on my sweater. Anyways, I did 2 rows of it just because I wasn't quite up to the armpit. The real work was essentially here down all of these numbers, which I know is a small section on the paper, but it has arm decrease numbers for all of the sizes, shoulder measurements, yeah, number decreases for this. I actually wrote myself a little note over here that says the math was this times it, you know, or this times, anyway, my little algebraic equation that I put together, because I always second guess myself when I go back, and so I try to write down exactly how I got those numbers. And then I also did this much more, which was working on armhole depths, neck shaping notes, and now I'm to the actual armhole shaping directions. The other part was numbers. This is the actual directions for doing the armhole shaping. So the design part of it has made progress. I really was wanting to get those socks done, so that's why I didn't do more. But I will be working on that. Yeah, so, and then this is so funny. So I'm sitting here working on my sweater. I'm, you know, being good, being responsible, being diligent, working on my sweater, you know, doing all this math, getting the numbers. My brain was happy because the numbers were working out. And then my brain goes, oh, hey, this would be a cool sock pattern. You just designed a sock pattern. I'm not complaining per se, because I know that not everybody's brains work like that, so I feel very blessed that I'm able to. But I was trying to focus on my sweater, and then my brain decides to just like create a pair of socks. So I paused. Well, I found a spot where I could stop, you know, where my brain could pause. Grabbed a chart and just kind of drew out the idea. Sorry. Must have had dust on the bag or something. Anyway, whew. So grab a chart, draw it out really quick, so that way at least, because if I don't give that pattern attention and acknowledge it, then it'll stay in the back of my brain and it won't let me focus on other things. So I did that really quick and put it away and got back to work on my sweater. So on top of the sweater that will be going back into rotation, the shawl that I put away that I'm going to pull out but know how to do now, and now these new socks. Good grief. So look for more designs in the future, and there will be lots more cool knitting because I plan to start the Zuzu's petals because I'm super excited to make it, and it was gifted to me so kindly. Piper's Journey, I'm really excited. The ones that were gifted to me last week, my fingers are just itching to make them. But also, Josh, sort of a knitter, is creating another shawl that I just obsessively love, and I really want to make it out of Wollmeise. I don't have any Wollmeise, but one of my friends that owns the Sassy Sheep has quite a collection of it, so I'm hoping she might be willing to sell me a skein, because I think that'll be enough yardage, because I know that he's gone over the 440 that Malabrigo Sock has, and he's going to be finishing it pretty soon, but Volmisa has, you know, 575 or whatever, so, and the skeins are usually fairly generous, so I think that'll be enough, plus any excuse to knit with Volmisa, just saying. So, yeah, look for a crap ton to be added to my On the Needles. Yeah. So, I think that's all I have. I'm looking around at my little mess that I have going on. I kind of just pulled everything out, so my bag that keeps my nest at bay has been useless for right now, but that'll all be going back in. So, yeah. That's everything. Oh, that was everything. I mean, that is everything, but I just looked over. I just want to show you the yarn that I picked out for the mystery knit along that I'm going to be participating in. The same Josh that I just talked about that has the other new shawl pattern coming out. He's the one that designed the mystery shawl for the Zombie Knit Apocalypse knit along, and that will start on Friday. And it's a 2-color shawl, and the yarn that I chose is this green. No, that's more true. If I put it up here, it turns a little more blue. Well, no, that's okay. Anyways, this is Huckleberry Knits in her BFL Bamboo, which is 80% Blue Face Luster and 20% Bamboo, 437 yards. In her Boreal colorway, this was a club colorway at the beginning of 2012. And I'm actually going to pair it with, ooh, look at the sparkles. Those are showing up nicely. This is actually some Grinning Gargoyle in the Platinum colorway, her Shimmer Lace, 75% merino, 20% silk, 5% stellina. And I'm actually going to hold it doubled. And let's see if I can hold the two of them. So there you go, 2 of them together. Super excited about it. Like I said, that starts on Friday. And I'm actually going to be making one for Haley as well, because she's going to be my roommate. And she wasn't going to make one. And I was like, ah, you totally have to have one if all the rest of us have them. I said, what colors do you like? She said, red and blue. I said, okay. So I went and grabbed these. Well, I grabbed others, and then I switched to these because I want to get some stuff out of my stash, and she needs to have one too. So the blue I'm using is Huckleberry Knits. This was a special blue that I had her dye for me that ended up not being the right color, but I loved it, so I kept it. And this is the Cascara fingering, which is the same as the orange that I used. It's her Merino Cashmere Nylon, 372 yards. So I'm trying to find the best way. It's not bright like it's showing up because it's reflecting. It's more, yeah. Anyway, just a nice blue. And then the red that I am pairing it with is Indigo Dragonfly in the Merino Cashmere Nylon base as well. And it's, when I bit into him, I could hear the ocean. And their MCN sock, 375 yards. And you can see that it's more of a tonal red, see the lights and darks. And so I think the blue will actually help pull out those darker spots in the red. So reds never show up quite right. It's not that brown. Anyway, it's pretty red, pretty blue. So Haley's mine. You still have time to sign up for it. He is allowing purchasing at least through Thursday. I don't know if he's going to wait and close it down Monday, but I know he is going to close it down once it starts. So I'm sure you have until Thursday to purchase the pattern. It's called something that I don't remember. Crap. I don't even know if I know the name of it. I don't know the name of it. The designer is Josh Ricks, R-Y-K-S. Look him up. Geo Knit Tricks Designs. I'm really sorry, Josh. I don't know the name of the pattern. Anyway, that is all I have for you. Now that I showed you the pretty stuff that will be on the needles, and lots of knitting content is coming up in the future. All right, I'm going to say bye now, and yeah, I'll talk to you later. Until next time, keep knitting. Bye.